Good evening. Good evening, Kaisar sir. Sir, are you there? Can we begin? Good evening, sir. How are you?
Hi. My goodness. Good.
Yes, sir. So, welcome to VUTV.
Mhm.
I would like to just give two liners on VUTV as an introduction. VUTV is meant for students, parents, and educators, where
Mhm.
they come and they talk and they talk about the topics on education related fields and all that, and what is
Mhm.
happening around the world, and what are their experiences and their perspectives on each of the topics. So every week we have some guests come here and we have interact with the guests from the industry, from the schools, from the education industry, and then they come and they talk their hearts out. So today we are welcoming you on board, where we are actually it's happy to have you here. And here we have some questions. So I'm going to introduce Mr. Kaisar Dopaishi. He's the president of SAIBSA, which is South Asian IB School Association. We are so happy to have you on board, sir. And today we are going to talk to you about the topic will be like the global diplomas in India, how IB and Cambridge are transforming school education. So we would like to talk to you about on this topic, sir. So since you have so much experience with the IB schools, and hence we would like to hear it from you, sir. So my first question is going to be, why are global curriculum like IB and Cambridge getting such strong momentum in India right now?
I think it's because of its relevance. This is the 21st century's students, and we need to have them have a curriculum which is matching the 21st century. So I
Okay.
think it's in the 21st century, the learning which is different from the 20th century, where information was very, very important in the 20th century because information was not freely available. Today, that's the key story over here, that information is, you know, freely available. What you do with that information is the issue. And you want to prepare the child for the 21st century, for which you need to make him do what AI perhaps can't do, which is using the left and the right side of the brain and human connect. So I think the jobs and the opportunities, the professions which would open up, which don't exist today, and the technology which also does not exist today, will hover around these factors. Okay, to make so what we need in education, the child becomes a lifelong learner. So holistic education as it stands still remains, but not something uh, it's hobbies or something of that kind, but it's part and parcel of your education. It's an important part. Sports is an important part. Sports is connected with health, with nutrition, right? Teamwork. There's so many things. So when you see things in a more holistic way, right, it makes you be have a larger picture in your head other than just simply learning your physics or math or whatever. But you also have a larger perspective on what you are, and that's what I believe makes a leader. Leaders are generalists. They hire specialists.
Yes, sir. Got your point. So what I draw from your what you've said right now, that we're looking for a holistic development here, not just studies with the students. And IB's curriculum provides that, right? They
IB
enhance,
came,
yeah.
yeah.
So they enhance their actually the curriculum, whatever they have the hobbies and passion for doing other things than just learning and just studying. So this is what they emphasize on, and maybe because of that, the curriculum becomes very interesting, right?
Yeah, because you have the creative and the critical thinking. You need both of these in a world dominated by AI.
Sure, sir.
As well as you need human connect. So social emotional learning, I think, is very, very important. Jobs tomorrow and opportunities tomorrow would be based on these two elements, which make a person a lifelong learner.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's very true. Lifelong learning is something which you really have to inculcate in the students, because it's not just temporarily studying that time, but it is what they are going to be benefiting throughout their life. So,
Mhm.
with that, I come to my second question, sir. Beyond syllabus differences, how do IB and Cambridge fundamentally change the way students learn and think?
Yeah. So, as I said, the curriculum has three elements. Of course, one is knowledge or content which you want to derive. But the second is skill sets. You have to develop skills also, right? And you can't assume somebody has critical thinking skills or creative thinking skills, right? Just by giving him a question paper or a question on that particular thing, right? So often when we are teaching content, we forget the idea that there's the skill part to it also. So you have to explicitly develop that skill. And the third is, how do you see things in the larger picture? How does it all relate? Because the world outside, when you are faced with the real world scenario, right? It's a real world scenario. It's not like a mathematical problem you're presenting or a historical problem. It is a mix match of a lot of things which are happening, right? So you need to have that perspective too, conceptual understanding. Like, okay, if there is this real world problem with regards to, let's say, pollution, for example. Let's take a issue of pollution. Now, is that something which can be just explained through environmental science? Or is it something which also requires understanding of geography, people, culture, society? So you have to tackle it in multifold manner. Right? So curriculum should be devised based on authentic learning, which is like a case study learning or research or lab or presentations, and you're looking at it from different facets. I think that's the difference. So you're not just learning physics and not relating it to life and saying, okay, these things don't come in physics. Well, everything which is made has to serve a client at some point of time. So when you're making some innovation, you'll also look at, okay, why do I do it? People will have to buy it or whatever. So you've got to look at it from a larger lens. So I think that's the reason why I think the learning is becoming more relevant and engaging. The children want to be engaged in what they're doing.
Yes. So what I draw from this is that the students are given case studies to study, and then with that you have put the practical knowledge in place, where how you can help whatever you've studied in the school, then how you can apply to those things. So that becomes very practical to doing things and resolving the problems. So that also only.
Yeah, and looking at it from multiple perspectives, not just physics.
Yeah. Physics is one point. Yeah, subjects are actually when you learn it and then you are giving it a point of view from how are you going to use it to your real life situations. So that is the best part, what the curriculum is here to offer, right? And that's how the students also apply their minds that, okay, fine, I've learned this and I can use it in this kind of a place where certain scenarios are there and how I can apply it well. Yes. So
both in familiar
comes to knowledge and skill sets and the macro kind of a learning, where giving applying it to the thing. So with this, my third question will be what are the key skills do students from the global diploma program develop that give them the edge at the university and at the career level also?
Well, at the college level, it's a preparation for the college level. It's the best preparation you could ever give a child, because you are doing curriculum which matches the global standards of higher education. So I think that's important.
Okay. So these students compared to the other boards will not have that much difficulty, or they are well versed with the other boards? Like, how is it like when you compare the other boards like state and CBSE boards? How different are the IB and the Cambridge boards?
See, one at the moment, one is expecting them to learn a lot of information. Here we are saying don't just learn, but perhaps we are giving you a real world scenario. Within that real world scenario, you inject the knowledge area, the content area, build the skills up. That's how it has to be doled out. At this point of time, why I'm saying at this point of time, because national education policy is coming in and changing things around, which is a breath of fresh air. So it is apples and oranges, something which was good for the 20th century when we didn't have much information and you needed books, we didn't have internet, we didn't have all that. So knowing information was important. But today, just knowing information is not important, because information is all over the place. We need to know how to use it, and also whether they are relevant, also whether they are reliable.
Yes, that's another question.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, so definitely, like what I see is like some places in some boards you have to really learn a lot of syllabus out, and then to just go and write it out in the papers and all that. There are a lot of differences, like learning the things and then actually applying those minds and putting it into place, like how what have you learned and all that. So there's a lot of difference which I can see. Uh,
However, Nilufer, the national education policy is attempting to change all this. They're having competency-based learning, which is what we are looking at. Competency meaning knowledge, skill, and attitude put together is competency. So now I think they are talking differently. So perhaps you might see a synergy between the global and the national in time to come.
Yes, yes,
In time to
definitely,
come.
definitely. Later, I would also like to say that NEP is something which is really given the liberty to the students to choose their curriculums and all that. And at Vijaybhoomi also we do the same. We also are
Okay.
the first private university, liberal professional university, where we are allowing the subjects to be chosen by the students, and it's not just the subjects, but from the different perspective. Like the engineering students can also do a BBA, BBA students can also do music student can also do design. So they can do majors and minors as well as they can do dual degree. So that's the best part, and very few universities are there in India who provide this kind of setup where they have liberal arts as a subjects chosen and all that. But liberal education is very different from the liberal arts. Here you're choosing from different domains of careers actually. Okay, not just choosing from the like psychology or economics or something like that such subjects. You're choosing differently. You're choosing the entire curriculum is based out of you, what you would like to do, what you would like to pursue, and then that's a degree you would like to get. So yes, along with NEP, we had come before the NEP, but yeah, after NEP has actually emphasized this, we are very happy to announce that our university is following that, and this is where the students get to learn what they would go as a passion also, so they can have a degree in music and yet do a engineering degree, right?
Yeah,
Side by side.
I must say, I've seen Vijaybhoomi University gone there, and I think they're just moving on the right track. The
Thank you so much.
dual degree program,
Yes.
also the way it is taught, I think that's important.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So that is the thing which is the need of the hour actually. We cannot force our students to choose the subjects like what we want to. It's more about what they want to pursue, and they are choosing their own passion actually. And
Right.
that's their career they would want to be. Yeah. With
True.
that, I would actually come to another question, sir. If you can tell me what are the biggest challenges in Indian schools face while adopting global curriculum and how they can overcome them.
Yeah, I think uh, challenges are from the perspective of how a teacher no longer has to teach, but has to facilitate teaching.
Hmm.
And that's a journey. So there's a professional development story out there, because the teacher has to, you know, be that. Now, how's that going to happen? That means professional development will have to play a key role. Second, I think today's kids with technology thrown in, and so much of distraction around you. How to be in the moment, right? There is so much of distraction that the concentration level has reduced. The time they can concentrate. So they do need a lot of attention on their social emotional aspects. You see? So I think that's the second part of it. The third part is somewhere along the line, uh, in our country, maybe we are so used to the examination system that you work on spurts and starts. Come the examination, you're working, then everything else is going. Then so last minute work. So self-management skills by way of time management, organizational skills are the other challenges which need to be, they don't come through inheritance. They come by developing the skills, right? So I think that's another challenge. We need to understand that we don't just teach them how to think, but also talk to them about how to manage time, how to organize themselves, how to
Okay.
not get stressed, but understand the distinction between getting stressed and getting stretched,
Okay.
right? So, a good teaching and learning stretches a child, does not stress the child.
Yes.
Yeah.
So how often you see the students getting stretched and stressed? You know, like
Yeah.
there are times like now with so much of exposure with students having right now, and with Google playing a vital role in getting giving them answers and all that, and then plus you have the WhatsApp universities floating around. Okay, there are so many counseling sessions which multiple counselors are there. There are private counselors, there are schools who are giving counseling, there are school counselor, career counselors, and all that. With all this information floating around everywhere, how do you see the students and the parents cope up with this kind of thing? Like, is there a way like the school is helping them to guide them in this kind of thing? Like, okay, you have to follow certain things to be getting the right information, or how is it like?
Yeah. So you have to teach them the research skills, right? And often we mistake research skills as if it is a search skill. Google search. Google search is not, it's searching for information and researching for information are two different things. So yes, you have to teach them. You have to teach them academic integrity, artificial intelligence, which has come through. You need to implant that in your academic integrity policy. That it's all okay to use AI. AI is not bad. Google is not bad. Please use it, but acknowledge that you have used it.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think all that are processes which needs to, you know, uh,
Hmm.
come in, which are there in the international curriculum. Perhaps they will see it more now in the national curriculum on account of the NEP rolling out.
Okay. That's really good. Yeah. Uh, Another question, what would I ask you is like in this scenario where so much of things are floating around, what advice would you give parents and educators choosing between Indian boards and the global diplomas for today's students?
Well, very fallaciously, I mean, very wrongly, people think that if they do Cambridge and IB, it means you have to go abroad.
Hmm.
It's not about that. It's an investment you're making in human capital, right? It's relevant for times. As far as national curriculum is going, I'm saying it's on an anvil of transition. It is changing. It is talking about competency based learning. So while it says yes, you need content, you also need skills, you also need attitude. Now, what is attitude?
Hmm.
Attitudes of learning, attitudes of mind, right? Where it comes in like being positive, uh, social emotional aspects. All these are also important. After all, you're not feeding information in a program, you're feeding it into a child, right? Or the child is understanding, you're developing his or her understanding. From there stems that it is not about what you teach, but to whom this is happening. And then are you teaching or are you making him or her think?
Okay.
Right? So it's really apples and oranges. If you compare the two, the older version of our national curriculum was good for its time. The newer version is adapting itself to the newer times, which is a good sign and which is where we should be going into.
Okay, that's very good, sir. So what I understand is, yeah. So with the times with NEP and all that, which is coming into place, definitely things are changing, and there's a lot of hands-on work, and there's a lot of hands-on involvement of the students and faculty also. The way the things were taught before, and now the things are in school are totally different. And with
Right.
AI coming into picture and a lot of information and all that, the teaching methodologies also change. So that's what we are getting to know. And this is just not studying, but it is a lifelong learning which I draw, that which is going to help the student for the lifelong to solve problems, challenges coming his way. So yeah, thank you for this whole insight, sir. I hope it has been very helpful for the students and parents here who have joined VUTV, and definitely we will be showcasing this kind of podcast more and more with all the people, because we need people from the education to come and actually talk to us about what is happening around in the education industry. So thank you, sir, for being here on board with us and giving your valuable time and insights to all of us. And definitely, we love this session, and I'm sure this was very, very helpful to all our audience. So, me, Neelofar Shaikh, I had the admissions here at Vijaybhoomi University. Very grateful for the session, Kaisar Dopaishi sir, and definitely we will be inviting you for more and more such things where we are organizing from VUTV. So,
Thank you, Nilufer, and all the best to the university,
thank
which
you
I
so much,
believe is,
sir.
which I believe is taking the children right into the 21st century.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We, as I mentioned to you, that NEP was before NEP was drafted and all that. Vijaybhoomi was one of the first kind where they actually were implementing this kind of a curriculum, where student gets to choose their curriculum and they work on that itself. We give about 2 years time to them to actually know and explore themselves, and then take a conscious decision where to join and what careers to choose. Apart from
Yeah.
this, apart from the curriculum where they are doing like majors and minors, or they are doing dual degree in that 4 to 5 years time, they also have three kind of a thing where we have a STEM, we have a program where we are like personality. We have got a PEP program, which is called a personality enhancement program. It helps you to develop your personality, your communication skills, your leadership skills. It bridges the gap between the academics and the industry. So we are helping them to do that. We also have research and innovations where the students are taking up projects and they're doing research on it. Faculties are helping them. We actually brand the products also. And also we have social immersions programs where we take them offset, and then we go and then taking them to places, and then they work with the NGOs, they work with the problem solving thing. So these are some of the things which we are doing, where adding a lot of holistic development in the student, not just sticking to the bookish knowledge and just going about that. It's more about giving back to the society, also making them a holistically developed, and employability. We are making them employable ready. We are making them ready for the industry. So that is what Vijaybhoomi looks at. So thank you, sir. Your
So the Cambridge and IB programs will well fit into your Vijaybhoomi.
Yes, sir, very much, because the kind of thing which we do is like very much related, correlated, and definitely this is what we are looking at also for the coming years also. That something which is like the students want to do, and nobody forces them. They take up their things, and they are getting credits. They have to complete the credits in the entire curriculum, and even if they are playing a sport, even if you're going for a basketball or a volleyball or a pickleball, swimming, horse riding, these things, whatever they do, they get credits for it. So we don't have to tell our students to go and actually, go and play or get up in the morning at 6 o'clock and be on the basketball court. They are doing it themselves because they know they get credits for all of that. So that's the way the whole thing goes. And happy to share this, sir, with you. And thank you for
You.
being here on with VUTV. Thank you, audience, to be a part of this. Thank you so much, everyone. So with this, I end the session, and looking forward to hearing for more, doing some more good activities on VUTV going forward. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.